Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Zanele. So number one is to practice. So practice. There are online examples, there are online tests. I actually downloaded an app. They also do have apps where you can test yourself when you have a break, when you're out and about, and you've got an application and test on your mobile device, and you can actually start practicing as much as possible. So there are a number of benefits from practicing. Number one, you get to see the style of asking. As much as there are numerous and many questions online on the SHL, you might actually find yourself lucky and find one or two repeat questions that can help you in your overall score. But really the practice is just to familiarize yourself. You can go in there blind, but you'll spend a couple of minutes trying to figure out how they're asking, what they're asking, navigate your way through the test. So rather practice ahead of time so you set yourself up to succeed. Second tip is go back to basics. So I'll make a typical example with numerical reasoning. So if it's been a long time since you've been in school, go back and refresh on your fractions and ratios. Go back and refresh on your graph and table analysis. Go back and see if you can still do your conversion from decimals to fractions and from fractions to decimals. Go back and see that you can apply your basic arithmetics and so on and so forth. Because ultimately, when you're in there trying to assess a situation or scenario, you don't want to try and remember how do you convert a ratio, how do you analyze a graph, or how do you work out a percentage of current year versus prior year performance. So do those basics because they can help you in your tests. Specific tip for verbal reasoning is because they ask you a question, so they'll have a story or scenario, and then they'll ask you a question based on that scenario. Instead of reading the scenario or the phrase first and then reading the question, rather start reading the question first because you know what they're looking for. Then go read your paragraph because you know what to look out for. That way it can help you save a bit of time as well. On mechanical reasoning, they may ask you questions relating to gears, pulleys, and drives, to electrical circuits as well. So do brush up on your basic mechanical engineering, mechanical principles, for example, with your tension and compression springs as well. So do brush up on the basics. Fourth tip, time management. So time management is key. All the tests are timed. They want to see how you apply yourself under pressure. Are you the type of person that thrives? Are you the type of person that speeds up to try and complete everything but get every single answer wrong? Or do you pace yourself, take your time, even though you don't get 100% of the answers, but what you have answered is 100%. So it depends on, number one, your personality type, the type of approach that you follow, but do also try and practice under pressure and try to see how it is that you'll manage to get through the test. Ultimately, you do want a representation that is fair enough of your abilities, and you don't want to find yourself stuck on one or two questions. If you do have a question that's taking you way too long to answer, rather move on, because you might find that questions later on in the assessment are a lot easier and something that you might be more familiar with. And the last tip, maybe a bit layman's, but definitely very important for any test or assessment that you do, is to rest. So rest ahead of time because you can't necessarily cram for what's to come. So you want to be at your optimal level of performance so you can think and challenge and reason the way that you normally do. All in all, psychometric test is really just to see your profile, the type of person that you are, and if you're suited for this role that you're applying for. If you're not the best candidate, then likely you might be a better candidate in another field or something else. It's not to say that you're not an intelligent person, it's just for the profile that they're looking for that particular role. It may not be the right one for you, and it might be worth exploring whether there's something else that you might actually be better suited for. Go out there and do your best in the psychometrics exam. Remember to live your best life, learn as you grow, and lead for change. Sharp.